Mr. Bud Heddinger has prepared a declaration of intent for these Tea Parties. I believe it states in declaration form the reasons that we are still here today. This declaration has been modified to reduce clearly the value of our Tea Party. Please allow me to read it to you at this time. The Bear Valley Tea Party Declaration. When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for like-minded patriotic Americans to rally as one against the powers that threaten to alter, diminish, and destroy this country we love, proper respect for the opinions of our fellow citizens requires that we should clearly state the grievances that impel us together at this Bear Valley Tea Party to protest peacefully but passionately in the tradition of our forefathers, whose Boston Tea Party resonated around the world. The history of the present government of these United States is a history of repeated injuries and usurpation, all having the effect of establishing an unacceptable tyranny over the citizens of these United States. Let the facts be self-evident and speak for themselves, and let these grievances be heard in the halls of power in 2009, just as they were heard in the palace of Britain's King George III, as they thundered forth from the text of the Declaration of Independence on July 4, 1776. Be it resolved on this 15th day of April in the year 2009 at the Bear Valley Tea Party on the premises of Southwest High School, El Centro, California, that just as our forefathers at the Boston Tea Party protested tyranny at the hands of the British Crown and taxation without representation, we hereby raise our voices against the decadence and erroneous policies of our own government, a government that ignores the will of we the people, a government that drowns us to death, a government that forsakes the free enterprise system that has driven the engine of the greatest economy on earth in favor of a relentless march toward socialism designed to support the work of the individual and encourage and truly individual liberty, our Constitution, and all of this nation has stood for over 233 years. We love our country, and we are here to take it back. Let us hereby resolve that we have had enough of massive government-driven bailouts using our money. Stop spending our money that we do not have. This is not your money, this is our money, and we demand that you stop the madness. We have had enough of the so-called economic stimulus plan that falsely promises we can spend ourselves back to prosperity. We have had enough of trillion-dollar spending schemes being passed without Congress or the people knowing what's in them. This is taxation without deliberation, and we will not tolerate it. We have had enough of the out-of-control government spending that is mortgaging our future and threatening our way of life. We have had enough of both major parties being arrogant and unresponsive to the people who elected us to serve. We have had enough of seeing money taken unfairly from honest, hard-working Americans through excessive taxation and redistribution to individuals who have not earned the money. We have had enough of capitalism being targeted as the problem instead of the solution. We have had enough of government being called the solution when government is the problem. In every stage of these oppressions, we have petitioned for redress in the most humble terms. Our repeated petitions to our elected officials have been answered only by repeated injury, if in fact they have been answered at all. A government so arrogant and unresponsive to its people is unfit to be the ruler of a free people. We, therefore, the people of the United States of America, in General Congress Assembly, here on the Southwest High School in Centro, California, on the 15th day of April in the year 2009, do, in the name and by the authority of the good people of this city and nation, solemnly publish and declare that we are a free people in this free and independent state, and that we have the power to demand that our government cease serving its own interests and whatever political and ideological agendas it may be pursuing, and become the government of the people, by the people, and for the people, to which we are entitled as Americans. Our lives, our fortunes, and our safety. I'd like to invite to come here now John Locke, he's a businessman, a local person, and too is a taxpayer.
Well, last night, you'll be pleased to know that I was taking a shower. Well, actually, my son was taking a shower, and the handle broke. And so, and I want you to know that if you got any problems, I can help. You know, our government has forgotten common sense is all about. We have to fight and equally continue to spend above its means and stay home. How many of you would spend on your credit card and your debt and then just give it to your kids? What if you turn $100,000 debt over to your kids and say, hey, kids, I'll do it next week. Why don't you pay that off? In October and November of 2008, our Congress, with President Bush as president, started the first in a series of spending bills that was catastrophic. Both parties, as John mentioned, were to blame, Democrats and Republicans. Our Congress signed a bill for $700 billion to settle financial crisis. The first $350 billion was spent on January 2nd, $350 billion was signed by now President Obama. Next came the auto bailout. I don't think any of us really know how much that's going to cost. It's still going on. Before the ink dried, $787 billion was signed as a stimulus package.